What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of the Bleach 1000-Year Blood War anime. Another phenomenal episode once again, guys. Now, first thing first, I want to say, I did not film a reaction to this episode, but I should have because this episode was fantastic, especially with the Toshiro fight. Obviously, because you know Toshiro is like one of my probably my favorite Soul Reaper of the captains and everything, man. So that I played for, but his whole part of the episode was just fantastic, man. So you guys will be getting a reaction to this episode when the dub drops, whenever the dub starts airing. I wanted to give you guys a quick heads up. Beforehand. Love this episode, man. The art and animation looked amazing. Especially during, like, there were some really good parts, like with Soifon, Toshiro with the fire effects and the ice effects. Those looked really fucking cool, man. And yeah, also, I don't know if I gotta say, actually, seeing the red sky in a full episode, man, the red sky honestly is really good. I might be repeating myself here, so forgive me if I am, but like, I do find it kind of funny, because I don't know if I remember, I mentioned this with my review last week, that, you know, with Hiroaka Season 6, fans were bitching about the sky being blue, and now with Bleach, there are people bitching about the sky being red when the trailer came out for this PV. Or when the PV came for this core, I should say, you're like, oh my god, why is the sky red? You know, that's why we can't win. People just can't sky on what color they want the sky to be. But anyway, man, yeah, the red sky looked amazing, man. And of course, happy birthday to Ichigo, and of course, my boy Izuku. And yeah, let's just jump right into the actual episode. So we start the episode off with the Stern Riders at the round table, with of course Hashwalt at the head of the table. Alright, there's your Roman Reigns reference for the week. Anyway, first and foremost I have to say about this scene is I love the storyboarding here. A lot of really nice shots, especially with Hashwalt, with the way he stands in his chair with the sword, very King Arthur-esque. And of course you got that one shot where he had his hand out there, which everyone was immediately about, oh, it's that one meme with the black dude. You know, but it is a really nice shot. Like, the storyboarding in this part of the episode was fantastic. As more or less Hashwalt is just telling the other Stern Riders what the plan is, what the orders are from Yuha about having the Stern Riders that stole their Bankai, killing them to truly leave them in despair, to etch into their hearts true defeat, so that not only are they defeated, they are also just in despair, and they're just at their lowest point in battle when the Stern Riders kill the Soul Reapers by using their Bankais against them, even after they think they maybe have a chance to fight even without Bankai. Really great scene. And I also like this, and also we gotta talk about the transition here where we got the title card. The camera pans back from where Hashwalt is to the other end of the table, very much like that one like OP7 with the Espadas and Grimjow and everything. All we were missing was Asian Kung Fu Generation to be like Yakaze ga Hakopu Wakazi Omosete. You know, that would have made this perfect if they had Asian Kung Fu Generations playing here, man. But this was a really nice. As the camera pans out, we do see all the Stern Riders along with the title, Bleach 15, Peace from Shadows. And this shot just looks so good, man. Ugh, this was just such an amazing shot. We didn't see Bambi yet. You know, so they come to that she will kill that dog and anyone else. Love the shot of her there, man. Like I said, storyboarding this part of the episode was fantastic. We also see Asnot as well getting involved, which first of all, I'm still shocked that's Kirito voicing him, man. Like, shouts to his Japanese VA, man. The dude's clearly got range for days, man. But one thing I do want to mention, because I mentioned this earlier in the episode about the dubs, I am kind of curious to know if they're going to make any changes with how Asnot voiced in the dub, because you guys might remember when the episode when he debuted aired in English, a lot of people were not too happy about how much like reverb or whatever they added to make his voice sound super bass in the dub. Now, me personally, I liked it. I thought it sounded pretty cool. I liked the sound of his voice, man. I thought the bass kind of made him sound really cool and menacing. But that's just me personally. I am curious to know, just be given how many people work, like even Platinum, who loves the Bleach dub, was also saying he wasn't too hot on Asnot's dub game, at least with that reverb. I think we'd all agree that the pros were pretty good. I think people were not feeling the reverb or whatever they added to his voice to make it sound super bassy or whatever the case may be. But I am curious to know if they're going to change that and maybe lower that a lot more for the second core. I guess we'll find out when this episode airs in the dub with Studiopolis on how they'll handle that. But yeah, man, looking forward to, man, that Rukia fight. That's gonna be awesome, bro, whenever we get there, man. So, anyway, We then anyway we head back over to back to the I guess like out to the Ryokan district, where we find where they actually it's actually kind of where there seemed like where Ukitake is doing some training inside this building. Also, I gotta say the lighting in here I really like the lighting in here, man. He has a shirt off as he's like, I don't know, meditating or whatever is lit by the candle. I really dug the colors and the lighting choices used here for the scene, man. This scene looked amazing. But of course, you got his two like I don't know, yes men, fanboys, whatever you want to call these two, be like, Ukitake, tell him about, of course, the Sarete getting surrounded or sectioned off by the Quincy's and everything. Shuhei mentioned they actually did set some traps just in case they did go for a surprise attack with the Quincy's, but didn't think they would just like take away their territorial advantage like this. We then head over back to Yuha and Uryu in their throne overlooking the Sarete as Yuha kind of explains what happened with the Quincy's, mentioning that they had to fled after they lost the war. They had to fled from the world of the living into the Sarete, to the place where the soldiers wouldn't think to were least expected to find them or to look anyway, and then they use Reishi to create space within the shadows of the Sarete and create the invisible empire, the Waden if I'm pronouncing that right, which I'm probably not. I ain't German. We then head over to the R&D department where everyone is shocked about what's going on, what's happening with the other Soul Reapers, and of course we see fuckboy Aizen, Playboy Aizen, whatever nickname you want to call this guy, as we finally do eventually learn his name. Askin Nakelivar, if I'm pronouncing that right. Before we head back over with Shuhei, and we see Hashwell just kind of like walk towards Shuhei from the shadows. Man, I know like this shot looked really cool, man, with him just walking out of the shadows, man. That looked badass, man. Afterwards, they of course introduce themselves to each other. You know, Hashwell introduces his Waden Renshu Empire Aside, I don't know how you pronounce that last word, and Stern Rider Grandmaster, who get Shuhei says the same 13-card God Squad head captain and Squad 1 captain, and mentions how I just got appointed to this, so probably didn't know, or the fact that you came here first means that you did know that I was now the new head captain of the 13-card Guards, which he does say that he does. Or that he did, rather. Then we're back with Asuka, and the man's just now just shit talking the R&D team, or is it like say or is it the Department of R&D Intelligent in name only? This is when Mayuri shows up there, of course, rocking his new gold light up suit thing, whatever it is, that I'm assuming is meant to give it a shout so the Quincy's can't use them to like disappear, whatever. Even though from the way we've seen this episode, it still creates many harsh shadows, but whatever the case may be. First thing there's one thing we got to talk about. Can we all take a moment to talk about how fucking cute Nemu's outfit is, bro? With like the gold thing or the lights things, like hat and everything, man. It's just so cute, man. Like I love Nemu's outfit, man. It is just, it's super cute. It's super cute. So anyway, Mayuri explains that after the Quincy's had left, he suspected that they had something to do with the shadows, that they were able to summon shadows, so that by examining their reishi that they left over after they left the battlefield, he was able to modify his lab to where no shadows were created. By that I mean he has lights in basically every single direction to make sure there is no light. Did a film studio want to light up this man's room? I wonder. But yeah, his room now his laboratory no longer has shadows. We then head over back to the outside where we see Soul Reapers going up against various of the other Quincy foot soldiers. Bosby shows up there, lighting some fools on fire before Toshiro and Rangiku show up, man. Oh my god. Can we all just take a moment to appreciate and talk about just how fucking badass Toshiro looks here, man? Like, you guys know that I am a Toshiro full bring art design stan, bro. I love the man's design, the full bring art, man. It was such a massive upgrade compared to Toshiro's design. And Toshiro looked amazing in the original art style as well, but man, when Kubo went to the full bring art style, man, he went off for Toshiro, man. You guys know how much I love his new design, man. But can we talk about how badass that bandana looks on him, bro? I don't know if I'm pretty sure he wasn't wearing that beforehand, man. I might be just misremembering, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't wearing the bandana in the first core, but Ugh, it looks so cool, man. And the storyboarding here in this part of the episode was also really great as well, man. You, of course, got the main show with Rangiku and Toshiro themselves in there, man. There's also this one shot later on the episode where you can see Toshiro's, like through the ice. Later on the episode looked also really cool as well, man. The storyboard of this episode overall I thought was really, really good. Anyway, they introduced themselves. Toshiro introduced himself. Bazi introduced himself, man. I also really like the music they were playing around here. Like, first up, they had like this like guitar track playing that I don't know if it's meant to be Bosby's theme or not, but that sounded really cool. Eventually, they kind of like start playing like a remix track that was like combining the ba-na-na-na-dum, ba-da-da-dum, bum. That track with the that's why this is the best impersonation of that song I can do. That that song kind of mixing them together, man. It sounded really cool. There was like a third song they played a little bit later on this part of the episode that also sounded great as well, man. Like the music in this episode, man, was fantastic. So right as Bosby got his flames going on there, ready to throw down with Toshiro, we head over back with Amida, if I'm pronouncing his name right, Soifon's lieutenant, and then where he's wondering what happened to the house, what I mentioned, and then you got his little sister crying like, Oni-chan, don't leave me. I'm sorry, I had to. I will say, his little sister is pretty cute. I will say that much. Anyway, he goes to comfort his sister, saying that he's leaving not to scare her, but to protect the Soul Society and the rest of the family. And then that's when the frickin' mech Sternrider shows up, BG9, which I don't know about y'all, but did anyone else think this dude looked very similar to the mech robot dude from Jujutsu Kaisen season 1 in the second half of the season? I don't know, his design reminded me a lot of it. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure the manga for Jujutsu Kaisen has said that like Bleach was one of his many biggest inspirations for him for Jujutsu Kaisen, just his overall general manga career and art style and everything. So, and I'm not sure when that chapter was published versus when this chapter came out there. I'm pretty sure Bleach was this one before, because I'm pretty sure Jujutsu Kaisen wasn't published until like at least a couple years after Bleach. I might be after Bleach finished. I might be wrong on that one, so correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I wouldn't be surprised if this BG9 expired the mech dude from Jujutsu Kaisen. I just thought his design looked very similar to him. But that's when we get the title cards. Once again, man, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in past episodes throughout the first core as well. But these title cards, these episode cards they play during the commercial break, man, just look so fucking good, man. Then we get back to Toshiro and Rangiku, and this was probably like my favorite part of the episode, man. Not only because, of course, one, it's a Toshiro fight, and you guys know much about Toshiro, but just his interactions with Rangiku, man, were so fucking funny, man. I love these two, man. But anyway, Bosby is talking shit about how flimsy Toshiro's ice is, telling him that he should retreat, that he should beg for mercy and stop this useless resistance. And then my man Toshiro, the goat Toshiro, man ain't taking shit from no, he says, is begging for mercy what the winning side would do. God, I love this guy. Toshiro's probably like my second favorite Bleach character. If he's not my second, he's probably my third, behind either Aizen or Hime, man. Like those are would be my top characters, man. Toshiro's the number 2, he's number 3, man. Ugh. Love these two, man. And then, as they start fighting, he asks Rangiku for backup, and Mike. Rangiku, man, here, man. She like, oh my god, bro. She was so happy when she saw this, man. She says, just thought the loser banker wasn't all bad. I mean, it's so cute that you're relying on me, Captain. Rangiku's so cute, man. I love her reactions with Toshiro. I am kind of curious to know, when all is said and done by the end of the series, who is Toshiro gonna end up with if he ended up even getting his ships, and then is he gonna end up with Rangiku, or are they gonna go with Momo? Considering they also have a lot of history as well from the Soul Society arc and everything. I am curious about that one, man. If you ask me between the two, I think I rely more on Rangiku than I do Momo. But then again, I still haven't finished all of Bleach, so ask me this question again after I finish up the original series, see if I still lean more towards Rangiku versus Momo. But anyway, kind of hoping that is Rangiku, man. If they even go that direction with Toshiro, which I wouldn't personally care either way. But yeah, I love these. I love their directions, man. So that he just screams out Matsumoto, and also Rangiku, man, she is so fucking cute. Like, bro, like, I gotta say, this is one thing I know about Kubo's art style. Sorry to go on another tangent here, but like, Rangiku before, in the previous art style that Kubo went with for the majority of Bleach's version, for the majority of Bleach's run, she was bad. Let's not get to it. She was bad as hell, bro. But no lie, bro, when he switched up his art style from the Fullbringer art into this one, man, no lie, man, she made Rangiku really cute, along with bad as hell, bro. Or maybe it's just this anime, or maybe it was just whatever animator was animating her for this part of the episode, man. But yeah, she was super cute here, man. Oh, I love Rangiku, man. She's awesome. Anyway, back to the episode. No more tangents. She then releases Haneko and then says, "Get ready for Operation Milli Philly," if I'm pronouncing that right. And Toshiro says, "The rest of the episode were so funny." Says, I don't recall naming it, giving it such a name." And so like her ash comes in there before it gets encased by Toshiro's ice. And then she says Haneko house, and then like that's when the ice fully hardens up. And then Bosby thinking that it's like the same Flimsy, he goes to attack it, and of course it does nothing. He's kind of confused how it did manage to bring his knife. Also, I love the little split shots they did in this episode, man. Like they did one for Bosby right here where it was half his face, and then they did another part right here with Bosby and Rangiku and Toshiro flip back between those two, man. Love that. Those shots, man. Those shots looked amazing. Like I said, the storyboard in this episode was just great across the board. So Bosby asks what the hell is going on there, and then Rangiku says, "Because I'm feeling judged, I'll tell you." Once again, she looks so fucking cute here, man. Ugh. So then she explains that she used Haneko to create multiple layers of thin walls of ash, and then Toshiro would layer thin layers of his ice on top of that, and then she would remove the ash there, turning it back into a sword, leaving it with multiple vacuum layers of ice. She also says, she says, "Then 3, 2, 1, meow," for some reason. Don't know what the cat reference is supposed to be about, but whatever. Anyway, and then as she's continuing on, Toshiro is like correcting her about what it actually is as she keeps talking about this, but you can barely hear him because Rangiku's talking over him. And once again, Rangiku looks so fucking cute here, man. In this last part, while Toshiro's just like, no, it's actually just multiple vacuum layers of ice. Like I said, man, I fucking love these two, man. Ugh. So then Toshiro explains that Hyonemaru is one of the Zanpakutos with the least difference between its Shikai and Bankai parts. Without Bankai, the ice he can produce is drastically reduced. So to compensate, he trained to fight with less ice. But it seems to be enough to block flames of your level. And once again, we get that amazing shot of Toshiro with the ice in front of him, man. Looks so fucking good. So of course, Bonsby ain't one to take this disrespect. Once again, fires his fire at this thing. And once again, it does jack shit. Toshiro tells him, like, once again, I told you, it's not gonna work. Then the ice parts up, and the Toshiro says, "Now be shredded by a blade of vacuum ice," before he hits a shit ton, before he just like fires like a beam of ice right towards Bonsby. That looked great as well. Pretty sure they used CGI for this ice here, man, but it looked pretty good regardless. We then return to Shuhei, where Issei released the Kido called Hakenuda Kipeki, if I'm pronouncing that right, which I'm probably not. Which she explains that is a barrier that temporarily shuts down Quincy powers, and she was able to come to this from all the leftover soul, from all the spiritual pleasure the Quincy's left over from the previous battle, saying that this was all child's play. She also says that her talent with Kido is the only reason she was appointed lieutenant. And then Shuhei says, "Come on, that's not true." Gotta love Shuhei, man. Gotta love Shuhei. Also, one thing else I gotta mention, is that Hushwood also like takes out his sword and like starts tapping the bear to see what it is. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier on the review. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but I love the design of the sword. Very much reminds me of like King Arthur, a medieval type sword. It looks really cool, man. I dig it. I feel like Kubo was going for a really big, going in with like a King Arthur vibe, knight sort of vibe with Hushwood, given his design, of course, this sort of thing. I feel that's where Kubo was going with his design, but I could be wrong on that one. Anyway, after that, we head her back to Omaida as he gets hit by a couple of the dude's spears. His sister starts running towards him. She tells him he'll be fine, and then we find out that KG9 is asking where Soifon is, and he tells them that he doesn't know where she is, and that even if he did know, she wouldn't get easily defeated by him. So then he's like, "All right, you won't talk? I'll make you talk," and then starts pointing his spikes towards his little sister. Also, I gotta say this real quick as well. I love the sound of this dude's voice, man. Whatever they were doing in post to make his voice sound super robotic, man, sounded great, man. I love the sound of his voice here, man. So then he of course goes and tries to impale his sister, but of course Omaida takes the blow. And then This motherfucker pulls out a fucking Gatling gun and then starts shooting it at him at point blank range. I was like, bro, a little overkill was bringing out a fucking turret. That was insane, bro. But then, of course, Soy Fun comes in the nick of time, man, to take this dude out. He asks her what this new form she's rocking is called, and it's called Shunka, which also looked pretty cool, man. Got the whole butterfly imagery, of course, as well, with like these like mini tornadoes coming out from from behind her, man, as well as her arms, man. Looked really cool. He's surprised that she was able to master such a technique in such short time. I believe since she wasn't able to master right before their first battle. Then she basically almost like teleports right in front of him and hits him with the Mukyo Shunko. Before returning back with Asuka, and he decides, fuck this shit, I'm out. He says that it would take too long, come with various scenarios to try and kill Mayuri, so he's not even gonna bother, and takes his leave. And then he's like, and then after he takes conversation, he looks at Mayuri like, hey bro, aren't you gonna come after me? He's like, no. You know, you can go wherever you want. Plus, I need more time to analyze your spiritual pressure anyway. And he suspects that he's possibly trying to egg him on so that he can bring him into his territory. Very smart and clever by Mayuri. So then we head back over with Toshiro, where we find out that Bosby is not done yet. The man is not done yet, and he's come back for more. Also love the shot of where we see like a puddle from Toshiro's eyes as we see Bosby coming in there in the reflection of the water, man. Looked really cool, man. This shot looked really nice, man. And then tells him that like, too bad you can't use your Bankai, because then I can show you I can defeat your Bankai's eyes with just one finger. Toshiro brings out his sword to fire some more ice at him, and the animation here looked really good, man. But then we see that the ice doesn't even get to touch Bosby as his fire takes care of it and melts it away instantly. He tells Rangiku to retreat as they need to regroup. Then Toshiro releases a tap that's like a wall of finely woven ice that looked really good. Man, like the effects work here on Toshiro's eye and Bosby's fire here, man, looked really good, man. Looked really, really good here. So once again, he uses his first finger, the burning finger one that that makes like an armor piercing shot, just like pierces right like a laser, pierces right through the ice that manages to pierce through onto Toshiro, man, which looked great here, man. The animation here looked really good. Once again, the effects work as well, looked fantastic, man. We then get back to Soifan as KG9 releases another spike towards man. The animation here looks sick when she kind of grabs it, spins it around, and throws it right back at him, man. The animation here looked really good, man. I really like the animation here. That's when we kind of see what he looks like fully without the whole Quincy cloak thing, man. And then this man just starts launching fucking missile launchers popping out all throughout his body before he fires them all out at Soifan, man. It's fucking insane. Before then, he manages to close it onto Soifan, hits him, and then hits her at point blank range with his laser eye thingy. Before we head back over with Shunsui. So then Hashwell asks Issei if anyone else is able to use a spell. She says that no, and that instead of perfecting this she should have refined it to where anybody could use this spell, so that the Soul Reapers would have been dying fighting, rather than it being a one-sided slaughter. Yeah, back to Toshiro and Bosby as Bosby gives chase while Toshiro's trying to get away from him. We see that he used the ice to kind of close up the wound that Bosby gave him, and then we see him create an ice wall, which Bosby easily breaks through. He tries to use some ice fog, but then he's able to get rid of that, and then he's kind of wondering why is Toshiro just standing there and didn't hide and think of a plan. Toshiro said that it wasn't time to think of a plan, but he did set a trap, which was I guess to be a sort of ice prison, which of course he easily breaks out of that too. He then quickly puts up an ice barrier, but Osby goes through that, and it looks like it actually chips some of his Zanpakuto toe a little bit as well. I'm pretty sure you can see some chips of some pieces of his sword coming off of his sword after that attack. And I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure some of his sword did get chipped off. Not all of it, but there was definitely a good chunk of it from the top of it did. So then the other Stern Rider that actually stole Toshiro's Bankai shows up. They're like, hey bro, we agreed that we would leave the captains of the stolen Bankais, the guys that stole them, man. So come on, it's my turn now. He goes in there to finish the job after Bosby did all the work. Bro, at this point, let Bosby finish him. He's the one that actually did all the work, bro. You don't get to get all the glory when you did jack shit while Bosby did all the work, all the heavy lifting to get Toshiro in this spot, man. But regardless, we head back over to Mayuri as he gets a call from Urahara saying that he was able to find a way to reclaim Bankai. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the episode ends. But we also do get a post-credit scene with Ichigo still going through that like hall as he eventually, once he's as farther he goes in there, he starts like trip up a little bit, wondering what's all this heaviness is. Before we head back to the captain of Squad Zero, as he talks about those who are about to perish, call it Irazu Sando, if I pronounce that right, in which I'm probably not. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the episode ends. I also like that the final ending card thing they had there was of Toshiro and Rangiku. Like that. But yeah, man, this was a fantastic episode, man. Love the stuff with Toshiro, man. Very much looking forward to hearing this episode with the dubcast, man. Mostly just for the Mayu, just for the Rangiku and Toshiro scenes, man. That's gonna be awesome with the dubcast, man. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Overall, my final for this episode is going to be a 9.5 out of 10, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on social if you feel like it. Links down below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.